Hello, students. I welcome all of you again on this platform of online teaching. Today, I have to do fourth section or fourth part of the poem titled The Ancient Mariner. The Ancient Mariner is undoubtedly one of the great romantic poems. Every line of it exudes the peculiar romantic flavor, the uncanny supernatural atmosphere in the poem, the spectral characters, death and life in death, the polar spirit, the ghost like mariner, the weird natural phenomenon like the emerald green eyes, howling and cracking and sending a dismal sheen, or the bloody sun standing right up above the mast in a hot and copper sky, or water burning like a witch's wiles, or the animation of the dead sailors by a troop of celestial beings, or the sudden sinking of the ship on the mariner's arrival back in his country. All these weave a web of mystifying wonder. But the ancient mariner cannot just be dismissed as a romantic tale of wonder and mystery. It is much more than that. Now we come to the fourth section of this poem titled The Ancient Mariner. So let me resume the poem with part 4 of the poem. The wedding guest had all along been listening to the mariner's story. He felt that it was not the mariner but his ghost and was speaking to him. This feeling filled him with horror. He said that he was afraid of him and his skinny hand. He was also afraid of his tall and thin figure and his wrinkled, dark skin that looked like the rippled, sunburned sand on the seashore. The first stanza, the lines of the first stanza: I fear thee, ancient mariner, I fear thy skinny hand, and thou art long and lank and brown, as is the ribbed sea sand. Next stanza, I fear thee and thy glittering eye, and thy skinny hand so brown. Fear not, thou wedding guest, this body drop not down. The mariner said that the wedding guest said that he was also afraid of the glittering eye and the skinny hand of the mariner. But the mariner assured him that he had not dropped down with his companions, therefore he was not a ghost. Fear not, thou wedding guest, this body drop not down. The mariner assured him that he had not dropped down with the companions, therefore he was not a ghost. The mariner then resumed his story. He said that the rest of the crew being dead, he was the only living person left on board in the vast ocean. He was overcome by a feeling of utter desolation. His soul was in great agony, but no saint took pity on him. The lines are very important for your explanation. Alone, alone, all alone, alone on a wide, wide sea, and never a saint took pity on my soul in agony. Alone, alone, all alone, alone on a wide, wide sea, and never a saint took pity on my soul in agony. Let me explain the lines. Let me explain this stanza in detail. The mariner, along with his companions, was sailing the ship ahead, but nature went against them. The reason was that the albatross had been killed for no cause, and his companions also had encouraged him for that heinous act. What is the heinous act? The heinous act is that the sweet albatross has been killed for no any reason. As a result, nature went against them. The mariner and his companions felt thirsty, and the companions all on a sudden fell down dead in want of water. Only the mariner was surviving anyhow, but he felt very lonely and desolate. There was nobody to talk to him. Above was the vast open sky, and below was the vast expanse of water. This was dreadful for the mariner. There was no sense to sympathize with the mariner in the time of the distress. Besides, he had no pleasure of the company of his companions. In fact, these lines have utmost simplicity, and there is also a musical and pictorial quality. The picture of their pitiable plight flashes in our eyes. Here, the poet pictures the extreme loneliness of the mariner. Now we move to the next stanza. The many men so beautiful, and they all did lie, and a thousand slimy things lived on, and so did I. It was painful for the ancient mariner to see so many beautiful human beings lying dead all around him. But in the sea, thousands of ugly creatures lived on, and like these ugly creatures, he too continued to live. He looked on the rotting sea, and unable to stand the distasteful sight, drew his eyes away. Then he looked at the rotting deck, but the deck, littered with dead bodies, presented an equally repelling sight. Now the ancient mariner looked towards the sky and tried to pray to God, but before he could pray, some wicked whisper influenced his heart and made it as dry as dust. He closed his eyes and kept them closed till the eyeballs beat against his eyes like pulses. It seemed that the sky and the sea lay like a heavy load on his eyes. Still he was afraid to open his eyes because of the dead man lying at his feet. I closed my lids and kept them close, and the balls like pulses beat, for the sky and the sea, and the sea and the sky lay like a load on my weary eye, and the dead were at my feet. The dead bodies of the crew were spread, but they did not either rot or give out any foul smell. Their eyes were still open. He felt as if the reproachful look with which they had died was still there. An orphan's curse can drag an angel from heaven or hell, but the curse in the eyes of a dead man is more horrible than an orphan's curse could ever could be. For 7 days and 7 nights he faced the cursing eyes of his companions, yet he could not die. An orphan's curse would drag to hell a spirit from on high, but oh, more horrible than that is the curse in a dead man's eye. 7 days, 7 nights I saw that curse. I saw that curse. The next step